This is Colin here, and this is a 07 Saturn Aura XE, and we're going to change the transmission fluid and filter on it. If you've got a Saturn Aura, a Pontiac G6, or a Chevy Malibu of the same years, which I believe is somewhere around 05 to 07 to 2010 to 2012, the procedure should be the same. Let's get to it. To do this job, you're going to need a few things. On the parts side, you will need 5 to 7 quarts of automatic transmission fluid that is Dexron certified approved. I used the Mobile One Blue label because that's what I needed to use on the Chevy Colorado. You will also need a transmission fluid filter and a transmission pan gasket. You will need a oil catch pan, and a cardboard box helps catch all the drips as well. You will also need ramps to get the vehicle off the ground, or you can use jacks and a jack stand, whatever you prefer. A roll of paper towels will come in handy, as will some rubber gloves, because this is a messy job. To get the fluid in and out of the transmission pan, you will need a fluid transfer pump of some kind. Mine had 1/2-inch hoses, which could not fit into the top of the filler holes, so I had to step the hose down to a brake bleeder hose, and then step it down again to this irrigation hose. I think it's 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch. So be aware of that. That 11mm plug in the top does not give you much space to get a transfer hose in and out. You will need a ratchet. You will need a 8mm socket, and you will need an 11mm socket. The 11mm socket, it helps if it's short rather than a deep socket, because there's not much space to maneuver in there. You also need a torque wrench. This is in inch-pounds rather than foot-pounds, because it's a fairly low torque on those pan bolts. But in theory, you could get away with a foot-pounds wrench, assuming you have a low enough range on it. Let's get started. The first part of this job is to pull the filler plug, which is this one right here. It's over on the right-hand side of the transmission fluid pan. This is likely to make a bit of a mess. It should be, because the engine is warm, because we just put on the ramps, it should drip out of here slowly when we remove this. So we're going to loosen it up. We'll scoot out of the way. We'll get our oil catch pan underneath it and some cardboard as well. And then we'll pull this the rest of the way out. Okay. We let it drain out a bit, and now we're at the point where we need to pump out the remainder. So I've hooked up my little hand pump here, and I had to get a little creative because that little 11mm plug is really small, and so my hand pump hose doesn't fit, and so I shoved a bit of brake bleeder hose inside the hand pump hose, and even that didn't fit. So I took a little piece of 1/4 inch plastic irrigation line and shoved that inside the brake hose, and that finally fit. So we have a hose in through the fill line, because this pan does not have a drain plug. Yeah, that was really stupid for them to not do that, but there's no drain plug, so we have a hose in from the fill line that's somewhere a little farther down, and we're going to pump out as much of the transmission fluid through the fill holes that we can, so that when we drop the pan, we don't have transmission fluid going absolutely everywhere. We probably will anyway, but we're going to mitigate that as much as we can so we don't make a huge mess. Okay, at this point our pump is drawing air, so that's about all we're going to be able to pump out of this transmission pan. We're going to get the pump out of the way and get ready to drop the pan next. The next thing we're going to do is start undoing the bolts that hold the transmission fluid pan on. And we've set up our drip tray so that it is underneath the far corner of the pan here. We're going to undo this side first, in the hope that as we loosen the rest of the bolts down this way, any residual transmission fluid that we weren't able to pump out spills over this side and goes into the pan rather than going all over the driveway. We've also put a cardboard box down to try to catch transmission fluid, but this is really what makes this job a miserable mess. Is if you aren't able to pump enough of this out, as soon as you crack the pan, you just get a cascade of transmission fluid. So we'll see how we did on pumping it out, and let's see if we can manage to catch this without making a huge mess of the driveway. Alright, now we're going to try to get the last 2 bolts out and get the transmission fluid dumped without making a horrific mess. I've left a bolt in each corner here, this one here and the one on the far side. And we're going to go ahead and get those out and tip the pan into the transmission pan over into our little test pan, and hopefully not dip the last little bit in places we don't want it. Get on there.
Could you take the second job and turn it into a...
It certainly would knock off. It would knock 15-30 minutes off the job, for sure. I agree.
Is there right side up and upside down?
Yeah, it's not. It's an L-shaped deal here, so it goes a long way.
Yep.
And that's the way it goes.
Yeah, Pontiac stick?
No, we just don't fuck it up. Obviously, this is going to be a sound portion of the movie. How much explainer?
That's what the front is. Put it down stays.
That's right. It'll be okay. You got all those on.
Now we're going to go ahead and drop the original transmission fluid filter here.
Which just pops right down, and of course, you probably mess when I do this. So gently try to walk it. In fact, I'm going to move this. Oh, try to catch it. A little better because the opening's right here. Come on, come out.
Okay, we've got our old transmission fluid out, fluid filter out, and this is our new one here, fresh out of the box. And we're just gonna work it right back up here like the old one was.
It doesn't have any fastening in it, pretty much by the seal and bottom of the pan neck, so we're just gonna walk it up, and then we're good.
And now we're gonna get our freshly cleaned and gasketed pan up in place. Okay, now we've got all the bolts started. We're going to go around and snug them all up. And just snug them for now because they have to be torqued later. Okay, now we're going to torque these, and we're going to torque them in a star pattern, or as close to what we can get to a star pattern, given we've got kind of an L-shaped pan here. These need to be torqued to 9 foot-pounds, so we're going to go around and use our little, 9 foot-pounds, which is about 108 inch-pounds, and so we've got our little inch-pound torque wrench. We're going to go around and do 5 foot-pounds on these, and then we'll dial it up and do a 9 foot-pound. So we're doing 50 inch-pounds and then 100 inch-pounds. Well, we are all bolted up, and as you can see, we've again hooked up our pump system, and in this case we've hooked it up to the first of several quarts of transmission fluid we're going to pump up into the transmission. So we're going to fill it until we see it overflow out the fill hole, which is where we're putting the stuff in, and start dripping down. So we've got our catch pan underneath here to catch it when it spills, and so we're going to have to pump up probably about 5 or 6 quarts before it overflows. And we are starting to drip out the fill hole. You can see it's dripping down the side of the pan there, so that means we are filled, at least with our initial fill. So now we're going to go ahead and put the filler, pull the hose out, put the filler plug back in, and then we're going to go in the car and cycle it through the gears real quick. Okay, now we're going to go ahead, and with the car still on our ramps, we're going to start it up. And we're going to go down here, and we're going to walk it through each gear in turn. And let's sit in each one for a few seconds. And this will help drive or cycle the shift solenoids so it draws up all the transmission fluid. And then we will go back underneath and top everything off again. Okay, so we've gone ahead and pulled our plug out again, and we're gonna stick our hose back in the filler line now that we've gone and cycled everything through, and we're gonna top it off. Okay, and that's it again, dripping down. We got another quart in there after we ran it through the through all the gears, and we're running down all along the side here, as you can probably see. So I've got the filler plug back in there. I'm gonna snug it up here, and then we're all finished except for cleaning up the spills, obviously. That's all I have for now. Thanks for watching.